What do Catholic and Muslim leaders have in common? They both just called Trump stupid. And I don't mean they just said, he's stupid. Oh no. To call him an idiot. They called him a moron. And then they blasted him and called him a senile old fool. And I'm going to show you all the details, so stick around and watch. But I'm warning you right now, do not sip your coffee while you watch this, unless you like it when it goes right up your nose. You can't even ask the question, how stupid is Trump, without people thinking you're doing a comedy bit right out of the Johnny Carson Tonight Show. But when you talk about Trump being stupid, the bumbling, vacuous kind of stupid, like wearing a baseball hat that you are selling online to a ceremony for fallen soldiers, and then wearing the same hat when you go golfing later, that's stupid. But it's a whole nother league of stupid to bomb a girls' elementary school, kill over 150 schoolgirls, and then post a video like this one that equates murdering innocent victims with playing video games. Well, one of the people who saw that posting was Cardinal Supich, the Archbishop of Chicago. To say Supich was outraged would be a bit of an understatement. He was white hot angry, and he issued a statement that tore Trump to shreds. Supich began by noting that more than 1,000 Iranian men, women, and children lay dead after days of bombardment from U.S. and Israeli missiles, and then drew attention to the video before saying this: "A real war with real death and real suffering being treated like it's a video game? It's sickening." In other words, you childlike idiot, this is not a game, it's people's lives, and you're too stupid and morally depraved to acknowledge it. The Cardinal then called out on the rest of us to take offense at this trivializing and reduction of war. He went on to say, "The moral crisis we are facing is not just a matter of the war itself, but also how we, the observers, view violence. For war has now become a spectator sport or strategy game. In other words, wake up, people, the clown is playing you." And then the Cardinal dropped the hammer by concluding, "The longer we remain blind to the terrible consequences of war, the more we are risking the most precious gift God gave us, our humanity. I know that the American people are better than this. We have the good sense to know that what is happening is not entertainment, but war, and that Iran is a nation of people, not a video game others play to entertain us." All right, full stop on others play to entertain us. Supich is trying to wake people up by saying, come on, people, you can't follow a guy so demented that he thinks real war is as entertaining as a video game. But if Supich is trying to rally Christians to reject Trump, then Emirati billionaire Khalaf Ahmad al-Habtoor is trying to unite the Muslims of the world. Already famous for calling out Trump by asking, "Who gave you authority to drag us into war?" Habtoor just took to social media again to call out Trump by criticizing his lackey, Lindsey Graham, who went on a media blitz trying to get Gulf nations to enter the war against Iran. Habtoor did not hold back, posting this: "I heard the statements of U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham in which he calls on the Gulf Cooperation Council countries to enter this war, saying that we are also under attack and that we must join the fight. And I say to him clearly, we know full well why we are under attack, and we also know who dragged the entire region into this dangerous escalation without consulting those he calls his allies in the region." Yep, that's pretty much the polite way of saying, look, just because your leader is stupid, don't fool yourself into thinking we're just as stupid. But then he excoriated Trump, writing, "And we have no need for someone who claims he came to the Middle East to save us. The truth is that hasty American decisions are what embroiled the region in a war whose peoples were not party to its decision-making and its local allies were not consulted before it was launched." It's not hard to read in between the lines here and see that Trump is being called a liar and a fool. And his conclusion really hits Trump right in the gonads. We will not enter this war to serve the interests of others, nor will we sacrifice our sons in a conflict that could have been avoided through diplomacy and political solutions. So, pretty much saying, don't come crying to us because you made a huge mistake. You broke it, you deal with it. But the real jab at Trump is the line about sacrificing our sons, a remark aimed at making the American people aware that Trump is sending their sons and daughters to a battle his own son will not fight. And sure enough, this is now day 6 where Barron Trump could volunteer at a recruitment center, but he's too busy. Hashtag send Barron. Hashtag the Yellow Baron. I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo for Occupy Democrats. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. You'll not only help out our channel, you'll be taking concrete action and helping get rid of Trump and the MAGA movement who ushered him in.